And we are back from the first impression run of the next carbon fiber plate racing training shoe. We'll get back to that in a second. But first, I want to lay out my personal approach, strategy, and key for reviewing running shoes. And as we really ramp up in the next, I mean, it's coming in a big way. Lots and lots of running shoe reviews in the next, I'm gonna say 2 weeks, lots of them, okay? Including a very special one that I just opened inside. Let's just say it starts with a G. I'll just put it right there. I'll just leave it right there. So, first of all, when I am reviewing running shoes, my number one concern for all of you, okay, as you are discerning and figuring out where to spend your hard-earned money, okay, your hard-earned cash on running shoes, whether it's training, whether it's racing, whether it's spikes, whatever the case, whether it's trail shoes and road shoes, a commuter shoe. I know they don't just give running shoes away these days. You know, you're looking at it, you know, on the low end for a brand new shoe, $110 most often, and then, you know, upwards of $140, $150, and much higher, okay? Which we'll get to in a second. So my strategy is to be most concerned about the performance of the shoe, all right? So what I do when I receive a running shoe or I purchase a running shoe, whatever the case may be, and remember the 70-30 rule, 70% of the shoes that I review for you here in the studio are sent to me from running shoe companies, okay? I don't ask for them. They just arrive, okay, at my house. That's 70%. 30% I purchase, all right? So I just want to make that clear. Now, I mentally shut off the logo, the company, the story of the company, the age of the company, and I'm even gonna say, all right, think of like the Nike Air Jordans, all right? Who owned the original Nike Air Jordans? Let us know in the comments. From like back in the 80s, before they were popular right now in the 2020s. Okay? Imagine if Nike had developed the Nike Ritz 1.0. Ritz, R-I-T-Z, the nickname of Dathan Ritzenhein, a Olympian, a former Buffalo. He ran at CU just before I arrived. One of the best American distance runners of all time, okay? Dathan Ritzenhein. So imagine if Nike had approached Dathan when he was running for Nike, then he switched over to Brooks at the end of his career. If they would have said, Dathan, we want to develop a shoe with you, and we're going to call it the Nike Ritz 1.0. That's a good name for a running shoe, the Ritz. Don't tell anybody. So I would have to, if I was reviewing the Nike Ritz 1.0 in the studio, I would have to mentally switch off because I love Dathan, I love the Buffaloes, and I love his story and his work ethic, frankly. I would have to switch off mentally the fact that it's named after one of the greatest long-distance runners of all time in the United States, because all I'm concerned about is the performance of the shoe. Now, I will add one addendum. The reason I include the price of the shoes in my scoring system, okay, and bear with me here, the reason I do that is because in order to enter, you out there watching, in order for you to receive the shoe at your house or go out to the store and buy it, in order for you to have the opportunity to experience the performance of the shoe, the only barrier is the price, really, okay? That's it. Like, can you afford it or can you not afford it? So that's why I do not include some running YouTubers include the look of the shoe or the aesthetic of a shoe. In fact, it's right over there. In their scoring system, I do not do that because, again, all I'm concerned about is the performance. All right, I'm getting off my high horse, and we are diving in. Here we go to the next carbon fiber plate shoe to arrive on the scene, the Craft CTM Ultra Carbon M. Am I saying the name right? It's a lot of carbon. It's a lot of C's in there. The Craft CTM Ultra Carbon M, I do believe, is the name of this shoe. Yes, the zebras came out in full force on the streets of Denver today. There it is. I believe, okay, and again, I don't know anything about this company. I know that they make outerwear. I frankly did not know that they make shoes. And frankly, it doesn't matter. The story behind the shoe does not matter to me. All that matters is the performance, okay? And the fact that I think this company is based in Sweden. Once again, doesn't matter to me, all right? All right, let's dive in. Here we go. Is it a trail shoe or is it a road shoe? We'll get to that in a second. We're looking at a 10 millimeter drop from heel to toe, 40 in the heel, 30 in the forefoot, all right? For that maximalist cushioning there through the midsole. So again, some question marks, but I am putting it on the scale at 9.7 ounces. Again, I cannot officially confirm that this is my size, but I'm not exactly sure. I think it's really close. It might be an 8, okay? Because a lot of times they don't have 7.5 or 275 grams. So it's reminiscent of, yes, the Nike ACG Mountain Fly Gore-Tex shoe that I tested maybe about 8 weeks ago. And therefore, I'm not very excited about the weight of this shoe. There is my score. Oh man, there's a carbon fiber plate in there and the shoe weighs over 9 ounces. Interesting. We'll get back to that in 1 second. We're looking at a jacquard mesh through the toe box for good breathability. Great breathability, actually, I'm gonna say. Felt really nice out there and it wasn't too cold, so my toes were not getting too cold. With a TPU no-sew overlay. So, no-sew upper, which means there's really no major seams on the inside of the upper, which was nice. So good work there, Craft. Now, but as far as the lockdown, I was desiring a little more something through the eyelet chain. I'll just put it that way, like something wasn't quite meshing there, no pun intended, through the lockdown. You know what it's actually reminding me of, and I hate to put them in the same category, but it's really reminding me of a Skechers upper, okay? And I've enjoyed Skechers over the past 18 months, but I think their uppers are a work in progress. I'll just leave it there. You know what, the Skechers uppers almost feel like plastic to the touch rather than a fabric, and that's kind of what I'm sensing here through this upper in this Craft carbon fiber plate shoe. Moving on to the midsole, it's their Vault Foam. It's trademarked, but it is a full-on EVA midsole material. Now, they are saying on their website that they added a unique chemical compound for enhanced rebound and durability. Is that the for rebound, I'm not sure. For durability, I am going to say, and I'll get you the durability prediction here in a second, I am going to agree with them 100%. So actually the ride and energy return wasn't horrible, okay? I'm going to go 7 out of 10, kind of that average score for the shoe. It definitely was not, wasn't peppy, but it wasn't like abysmal. I'll just leave it there, all right? 7 out of 10. And yes, the overall score for the midsole coming in at that 6 out of 10. Again, full-on EVA through that midsole. Moving on to the outsole, 100% rubber on that outsole. And the question becomes, is it a trail shoe or is it a road shoe? When it arrived in my house, I actually thought it was a road shoe when I pulled it out of the box, but then I started feeling the outsole and I was like, wait a minute, that's a little bit of an aggressive outsole pattern for just road. So I did hop on their website and it looks like they're advertising the shoe. It's a little confusing as a road shoe that can go on gentle trails, okay? Or maybe you live near a park, okay, in a big city, so you want to commute to the park and do some stuff in the park. It's a little confusing. I'll just be frank. I'm not exactly sure. It's definitely not an all-out trail shoe, for sure. Anyway, so it's a little bit of a combo, and I'm trying to figure out, is it a commuter shoe? Because usually for a commuter shoe for me, it's predominantly a trail shoe that could also be used to commute over some pavement and concrete in order to get to the trail. So anyway, there's my score for the outsole. Just a lot of rubber on the outsole, and I think that is increasing the weight of the shoe quite a bit. For the fit and the comfort, fit, no issues at all. I don't know if it's true to size, but as far as what they sent me, no issues at all. For the fit, felt good through the midfoot and through the toe box. For the comfort, again, a decent score. Nothing crazy to write home. It's definitely, okay, it's not a plush upper. Not a plush upper at all. And the ride through the foot strike was fair. It was just a fair comfort overall. Nothing to write home about, but nothing to complain about either. Positives and drawbacks, we're going to go with the breathability of the toe box, all right? That jacquard mesh, I do appreciate the attention to detail there through the toe box. So I'm guessing it'll be fun to test this shoe out in hot summer temperatures, but it's the middle of the winter right now, so I can't quite do that. But overall, decent breathability, actually solid breathability. So if you live somewhere where, warmer temperatures, anyway, just keep in mind that jacquard mesh toe box and vamp as well. And of course, that drawback is the weight. All right, we'll get to some final thoughts here in a second on the carbon fiber plates. Durability prediction. Long. I'm going 600 plus. Okay, so solid I mean, it's built like a tank, definitely. I don't think you're gonna wear, and like, oh my goodness, I almost forgot the durometer. Yeah, okay, I'm pushing really hard to make this midsole move. So again, I think this EVA midsole is gonna go the distance. And combined with that outsole, I am sticking, I am sticking with that 600 plus miles. All right, moving on to how will I use this shoe? Who is it best for? All right, here we go. I won't. I'm done. I'm not gonna take it to 50 miles. Oh man, where to even begin? All right, I'm blocking out the fact that it's made by Kraft. It's my first shoe from Kraft. I'm blocking out the fact that it looks like a zebra. I'm blocking all that out. All I'm concerned about is performance. Why, just like with Nike and the ACG Mountain Fly Gore-Tex, which is, I realize it might be a little more of like an adventure shoe rather than a running shoe, but it was being advertised as a running shoe, just so you know, on their website before they took it down. It's no longer available on the Nike website. Why put a carbon fiber plate in a shoe that weighs 9 ounces? Humbly, my opinion, and we'll get your opinions in a second from the question of the day, why put carbon fiber plates in training shoes that are so heavy? And I realize a lot of people are transitioning to carbon fiber plate shoes for training. And you saw, getting ready for Naples, I use the carbon fiber plates for track sessions and threshold days, okay? But for long runs, easy days, tempo days, I'm not in carbon fiber plate racing shoes or training shoes. So it's just a little perplexing. I would pick 20 other shoes ahead of this shoe for a lot of different things, but for training, okay? Just don't. There's no reason to put a carbon fiber plate in a shoe that weighs 9 ounces in my size or near my size. All right, I'll just leave it there. That's how I feel about it. Who is it best for? I don't know. I don't know. I'll leave it at that. Like, I can't recommend this shoe, especially when you hear the price point. From what I understand, and I did a basic conversion on Google, 249 euros, I believe. And I don't know what the conversion rate is or if I'm even doing it right, but does that come out to $300? $300? That's why you're getting a 1 out of 10 for this shoe for the price point. Like, what? Am I going crazy? Maybe I'm doing something wrong in the conversion. No. So I hate to come down so hard on it, but it's just not working. No other shoes to compare it to. Here's the quick specs on your screen. Early score, and again, I'm not taking it to 50 miles, so I think it was about 5 out of 10-ish. So not so hot, and there you go. But again, maybe it's their first, I don't know a ton about the company. Maybe it's their first foray into the carbon fiber plate scene, and you got to start somewhere, right? It's like I commend anybody for starting a business, trying to develop product, and it's a work in progress. And that, I believe, is the case here. Question of the day, where do we go from here with carbon fiber plate shoes? Are we gonna have carbon fiber plates in our slippers that we walk around the house in? Or like, what's the story? Where do you think we're going in the next 12 to 18 months with carbon fiber plate training and or racing shoes? And now, oh my goodness, I almost forgot. Yes, indeed, the North Face. Is it the Vective? It's on its way. All right, so stay tuned. The North Face Vective, the first Or is it the second? Who knows? Or is it the third trail shoe to have a carbon fiber plate in the midsole? So I'll be testing the North Face Vective carbon fiber plate racing shoe. I think it's called the Vective. Very, very soon. Stay tuned for that. Onward and upward. Oh my goodness. All right, we will toss it to we'll toss it to the Nike ACG blog, where I think I titled the vlog "Don't Buy This Shoe." All right, which I think they're updating, and they're going to make a low cut version of that. Probably because they listened to all of you out there saying, this ain't working. This ain't working. All right, everyone, we will toss it there. All right, seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.